backseat to school. I was very concentrated on schoolwork. But then I went to RC, and I met a couple people that were drag queens and kings as well, and they were encouraging on the experimenting with being on stage and just having fun. It's nothing's more fun than trying on a wig. It's just, you feel different. And Penny was born. I actually used the name of one of my father's, back in the day, girlfriends. Her name was Penny Nickley. And I thought that was hilarious because she also carried around a teddy bear all over the place. Like whenever she would always have her teddy bear whenever she went to bed. And I thought that was crazy. So it fit a drag queen.
And just for something personal, like, what are some values that are important to you? Not even necessarily having to do with your sexuality.
Values important to me. I don't know. I really appreciated honesty and sincerity, especially recently. Mostly because I'm gullible. I have no problem admitting that. And I'm a terrible liar. So if I'm gonna be upfront and honest because I can't get away with it, and I make a conscious effort to just be who I am, I expect other people to do that, and as well as honor that if they can't do it, they at least respect it. That's my really big ideal I hold close. I don't know if I can't really think of anything else that's terribly bigger than that, I guess.
Yeah. And do you feel any like laws or government policies are intolerant of the gay community, like gay marriage laws or something?
Oh, I'll be honest, I don't know much about politics. It's one of those things I told myself when I got to the age to vote and registered, I would look stuff up, and I did, but mostly only when I was voting for the presidency, or president race, and I don't know much. I guess in a way that's a part of my life I really need to work on, since it does concern me, especially, maybe not now, but eventually. I do think it's silly, though, when people say they have no problem giving, someone who wants the same-sex marriage all the rights legally, but they want to call it something different. That doesn't really make sense to me. I don't understand why it's a situation of etymology. It just seems silly to me. There's other things to worry about.
And is there anything you think OSU could do specifically to improve support for the LGBT community?
I think for a lot of the cultural centers on campus, they have a hard time in general trying to do events or stuff supporting their community, and it would be nice if OSU was a little bit more lenient and had a lot less red tape in which to allow all these cultural centers to do things that support their function on campus. It would be nice.
What would be advice to you to someone thinking about coming to OSU as a gay student? Like, what kind of things you think you should get involved in, or suggestions you might have for them?
I had a blast. I was a drag queen, so I had to, and I won last year, so I was very involved in Pride planning, going to meetings with the Pride Center, and leadership in some of the events. And actually, I did a couple events for Pride Center, but they're all things that you didn't have to be, a friend of someone who works at the Pride Center. You didn't have to be a drag performer. You could just be someone who wants to help table and stand in the quad and hand out pamphlets. It's really easy to get involved. It's just sometimes it's hard to find the right people, or be intimidated by some of the close relationships that some of us already have. But it's just about kind of continuing to show up to RC and realizing the people that you're meeting are really awesome, or showing up to the Pride Center every once in a while and asking a question as to what you can do. Email too if you don't feel comfortable. going in yourself, because sometimes it's a little bit difficult if you're new to the community or new to being out. There are classes that offer pride panels that I've participated in, being on the panel as a drag queen and as just a gay male, which I've had people approach me and come up to me and ask me questions about how it was for me, or just in general, just to talk about what it's like, I guess, or just to be introduced to something, an environment where they're supported and not told anything negative about their sexuality or just how they feel. I mean, you'd be surprised, even gay, lesbian, queer, transgender, intersex people feel odd just talking about sex in general, when there's no reason to be ashamed. Even if it's something quote unquote kinky, it's how you feel. And you'd be surprised on how many people feel the same way.
Any questions? Is there any last statement you'd like to make to the world?
Other than I appreciate the fact that some people are doing things like this, and I don't know, it's nice being able